The ER was chaos. Beeping monitors, crying patients, and exhausted nurses darting through corridors. My wife, 9 months pregnant, was doubled over in pain when we finally got a bed. For a moment, I thought we were safe, until she showed up. Karen, clutching her designer purse and entitlement, stormed into the ward claiming we stole her bed. Before I could react, she yanked my wife's blanket, shouting that her migraine mattered more. Nurses froze, too understaffed to stop her. My wife screamed as the pain hit, contractions already seconds apart. And then Karen shoved her aside. What Karen didn't know was that my brother, the man she'd soon face in court, was the presiding judge for the hospital's pending assault cases. That night, she picked a fight with the wrong family. INT Hospital. Night fluorescent lights flicker over the crowded emergency room. The air smells like antiseptic and sweat. My wife, Sarah, leans into me, breathing through contractions. The waiting area is overflowing. People slumped in chairs, nurses rushing past, clipboards flashing. Narrator, VO. We'd waited 3 hours. 3 hours of pain, of apologizing to nurses who had no control over the chaos. When they finally found a bed, just one, it felt like oxygen. A nurse leads us to a curtained space. Sarah lowers herself onto the mattress, wincing. I squeeze her hand. Nurse doctor will be here soon. Try to stay calm, honey. Suddenly, a loud, piercing voice cuts through the hallway. Karen, OS. Excuse me? That's my bed! We both look toward the curtain. A woman in an expensive coat storms in, dragging her teenage daughter behind her. Karen, we've been here for an hour, and the nurse told me this bed was opening up. Narrator, ma'am, my wife's in active labor. Karen, interrupting. And I have a migraine that feels like my skull's splitting. You think that's less painful? She steps forward, gripping the blanket, yanking it. Sarah gasps as the fabric slips from her body. Nurse, rushing in. Ma'am! Please stop, Karen, no! I've been waiting all day while you hand out beds to people who scream the loudest. Sarah doubles over, crying out. Her water breaks. A spreading stain across the thin hospital sheet. Narrator, VO, time slowed. Karen's voice became background noise. All I could see was Sarah's pain, and the people frozen around us, unsure what to do. I stepped forward, furious. Narrator, you need to leave, now. Karen points at me like I'm the problem. Karen, security. This man's harassing me! A security guard appears, torn between two patients. 2 stories. Narrator, VO. It's the same script every time. The loudest one gets heard. But not tonight, because tonight, my brother, Judge Alexander Hayes, was on call, and when he got my message, everything would change. Fade out INT Hospital. Continuous chaos erupts. Nurses argue, the security guard hesitates, and Sarah's breathing turns ragged. Narrator, VO. Every instinct screamed at me to defend her. But hospitals are strange battlefields. You can't raise your voice without becoming the problem. Karen, if you don't move her, I'll sue this place. Nurse, ma'am, please. Karen jerks the IV stand. Sarah cries out again. I grab the stand before it topples. Narrator, enough. The room falls silent. I pull my phone, trembling fingers texting one number. Alex, urgent, ER at St. Mary's. Karen, mocking. What? Calling your lawyer? Cute narrator, something like that. Moments later, an orderly appears, whispering to the nurse. Karen crosses her arms. Karen, finally. Someone with sense. Tell them to remove this drama queen. Orderly, actually, ma'am, you need to come with us. There's been a report of aggressive behavior. Karen, shocked. What? I'm the victim here. The nurse guides her daughter away. Karen protests, shouting about discrimination and customer rights. Narrator, VO. I didn't care what she called it. Sarah needed a doctor. Minutes later, Sarah is rushed to delivery. As the doors swing shut, I exhale for the first time all night. Then my phone buzzes. Alex, on my way. INT, hospital lobby. Night Karen sits in a waiting chair, still fuming. Her tone commands attention. Karani'll have this hospital reported. I'll have that man arrested. Doors open. My brother, Judge Alexander Hayes, strides in wearing plain clothes but carrying unmistakable authority. Alex, Mrs. Carter? Karen, snapping. Who are you? Alexim, Judge Hayes. I was informed of an assault in the ER. Her face drains of color. Karen assault? Oh no, I was just Alex dragging a pregnant woman from her bed, according to witnesses. The nurses nearby suddenly stand taller, emboldened. Alex, to nurse. Is there security footage? Nurse, yes, Your Honor. Already sent to administration. Karen stammers, trying to shift blame to miscommunication. Alex, you laid hands on a patient. That's assault in a medical facility. Karen, wait, how do you know that man? Alex, coldly, he's my brother. Her mouth drops. The entire lobby stills. Police office. Karen faces questioning. Her arrogance dissolves under recorded evidence. The footage shows her yanking the blanket, shouting, pushing, "Officer, you understand this is a criminal offense, ma'am?" Karen, defensive. It was a misunderstanding. She overreacted. Officer, she was in labor. Karen's lawyer tries to settle quietly, but the hospital refuses. Meanwhile, upstairs, Sarah holds our newborn daughter, Sarah, softly. You think she'll actually face charges? Narrator, she will. Alex doesn't let things like this slide. Courtroom, weeks later. Karen stands before the bench, visibly smaller. Judge Reynolds presides, but Alex sits in the front row as witness and advisor. Prosecutor, Mrs. Carter, assaulted a patient in active labor. The evidence is clear. Karen pleads for leniency, citing stress. Judge Reynolds, stress is not an excuse for cruelty. A fine community service, and a restraining order follow. XT, hospital garden. Zara and I sit beneath a tree, baby in her arms. Narrator, VO. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it arrives quietly, in accountability, in peace, in knowing that kindness triumphed over chaos. Karen never apologized. But she never returned either. My brother visited that night, holding his niece. Alex, next time, call me before the contractions. We laughed, exhaustion melting into gratitude. Narrator, VO. That night, I learned power doesn't come from rage. It comes from standing firm and knowing truth doesn't need to scream. Fade out.